we should probably post this upon our Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Says setting up the meeting for YouTube Live. This feels dangerous.
We're doing it. We're in
We're in the World Wide Web.
Hello, everybody. We are here. Let's go ahead and make sure everybody gets that post to the event on our Facebook page.
Share in that link.
Share that link. So sharing it now. We are there, and I'm slowly doing this. We are live. Okay.
Right.
And we've posted.
Posting it, sharing it, getting it out there.
Doing it live.
Big canvas on the World Wide Web.
Lively streaming.
All right. So that has been pushed out to the Facebook event. Doug, if you kind of want to
get us started.
Yeah, or at least, kind of maybe schmaltz a little bit till we get some folks.
Schmaltz, I can schmaltz. I'm a schmaltzer. Hello, everybody. This is Big Canvas live from, our homes. I'm in my basement. Tracie's in her living room. Eric's in his collapsing apartment. That's where we live now, and that's where we survive. We hope to eventually, hi, everybody. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Lee. We're used to doing this on a stage, but now we're doing this from the comforts of our folding chairs and our couches and our other chairs. So we're glad you're joining us, even if it's only
two. Canvas shows in weirder locations than this, I think.
It's true. That's true. We could go on for days about the places we've been. So we're going to get this thing started here in just a few minutes. We'll give a couple more people, what do you think, a second or two to kind of dive on in, and then we will play some games and hopefully let everybody take their mind off of their homes and take their minds off of the world that's all around them and the craziness, and get a few laughs in, and all because of us three idiots being Big Canvas people. So in an interest of schmaltzing,
schmaltz it away,
and killing time, Tracie Mock is with us. Eric Green is with us. The lovely and talented Eric and Tracie. We know them and love them. And Eric and Tracie, how are things?
My department is crumbling. and I'm actively looking for another.
Good.
So
my home is structurally fine.
Yours looks like you're in the middle of a battle zone of like something going on back behind you, like superheroes.
I am. Yes.
And it looks like you're just one gym away from snapping everyone out of existence.
No, I've got them all.
You've got excellent. Hello, Ben Webb. Good to see you. Well, we're gonna tell you a little bit. We're gonna play quite a few games. We're not gonna try to take up too long of your life. And Eric's doing a quick ad for Arizona tea. You can send. I'll give you Eric's link to his house later, so you can send him a case or two for advertising.
I've just realized how horrible this is. Don't be on an 11-second delay.
I know, it's weird. I look over and I'm like, oh, there's Eric drinking tea. Oh, that was 10 minutes ago. So we're going to start off with a game called The Greatest Story Ever Told. Hi, Sigrid. If someone out there in the lovely YouTube world would like to hop on their chat, and we will kill time for just a minute, and give us a title of a story that has never been written. And then what the three of us will do is create the greatest story ever told for you that is not fit for man or beast or human consumption, but it will be fit for YouTube consumption and Big Canvas fans.
Be embarrassing if they pulled the plug on us with the first game.
I know, yeah. That we will wait and see. So I am watching intently for someone to give us a title.
In the format of so-and-so and the blank.
Oh, nice. Give us a color and a name, if you can.
Color.
Yeah? You like that, Tracie?
And a name.
The Last Storm.
Ooh.
The Last Storm is the first one I heard or
With your
read.
eye ears.
So here is, from Big Canvas, the greatest story ever told of The Last Storm.
Once upon a time, there was a cumulus cloud named Jeffrey. Jeffrey the Cloud so badly wanted to be a great storm, a hurricane of a cloud, to just really leave his mark upon the world. But Jeffrey had a terrible stage fright as far as clouds go. He'd never really been paid attention to before, and as badly as he wanted to be known, he didn't know what the first steps should be to really get out there and make a splash, literal and figurative, as a hurricane.
Jeffrey decided that he would be someone who would be able to make a gigantic splash, literally and figuratively, if he just ran and bumped into a group of people. He figured, if they can't ignore me, if they have to move because of me. So he looked at the biggest and largest group of people that he could find, which unfortunately was a giant group of sponges, which again, as a cloud goes, is really good if you were trying to stay dry. But if you're trying to make a lot of issues, it's not going to be the best thing. So he bumped into the first sponge, and the sponge turned around, and he was like, hey, I thought you needed to go over with the clouds, and you shouldn't be here with us. And Jeffrey, again, was just really scared. And he was saying, I do apologize. I was just trying to make sure that I was someone who would be able to, do my great talent. And then the sponge turned around and said, well, I mean, you can't just stop there. We got to see it. So then Jeffrey began to think really hard. And then all of the sudden,
the winds swirled around Jeffrey. He did not know where the winds came from, but he knew that he might be generating it. And Jeffrey looked right into the eyes of the sponge, and he said, look, I need to take all the water that is inside of you and take it in amongst my clouds and gather up the most powerful rain that the world has ever seen. So Jeffrey swirled the winds around and sucked up all the moisture from the sponges, and he did it again and again and again until he became this giant hurricane and became one of the most powerful hurricanes with the least intimidating names in the world of Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey the Cloud said, look at me now! I've absorbed all of your moisture, and I've brought you a humongous hurricane. And Jeffrey, in all of his excitement and surprise at himself, grew more and more powerful until he became so powerful, he obliterated all the other clouds in the atmosphere until it was only Jeffrey. Jeffrey was a storm that engulfed the entire world in his hurricane, and just taken away with his power and majesty without any further thought to anything else but just how big he could get.
So then once he got as large as he thought he could, it was just basically he could not stop laughing at all of his power and his greatness. And then suddenly he realized that the laughter that he had just echoed into nothingness. And he realized that after all of this, he was all alone. He couldn't talk to any of the sponges and tell them off, and couldn't find any of his cloud friends, couldn't even see where he used to live or where he used to go to school or even the play that he was going to try to be a part in. And that's when he realized that, well, he was just alone.
And one drop of rain fell out of Jeffrey, and then another, until the rains came down so fast and so hard that Jeffrey started to shrink and become smaller and smaller and smaller. And then his friends, the sponges, reappeared and started to soak up all that rain and save the planet. And Jeffrey smiled when he realized that he wasn't alone anymore, and that the seas were starting to calm and the winds were starting to slow down. And as he got smaller, he realized that this world was much bigger than himself.
And the moral of the story is, when you reach for your dreams, be careful, because you could screw it up and destroy everything. And that's the saddest story, greatest story ever told.
Oh,
that was wonderful.
Oh, that...
a little personal on Eric's side there, I feel.
I know, got real there for a minute.
Big canvas comedy, everybody.
Comedy for everyone.
We're doing real good in quarantine.
Yes. For some reason, I appear to have lost... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hey, our next game is called Question This. Okay. And it is a game show game. I'm your host, and our players, played by Doug and Eric, we're going to be playing a quiz show where they are going to need your suggestions when they call out for categories. So be at the ready. I'll keep an eye on the chat. And when they call out for a category, we'll take the first thing given in the example of, say, type of car. And then just answer with the first type of car you can think of. We'll throw it to them, and they have to come up with a solution for that type of car. So without any further ado, welcome to Question This. I'm your host, Tracie, and let's meet our contestants here tonight for our special at-home edition of Question This. Contestant number one, tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Edward, and I've been living with my parents for 7 years now. Well, make that 27 years now. I left for about a week and then had to move back in. But now I am so excited to be on this show.
Well, glad to have you here. I'm sure your parents love having you back home. I know mine would.
Not really.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Hey, well, you're here with us for the next, 4 or 5 minutes. So let's meet our next contestant here. Hey, tell us about yourself.
Hello, my name is Lucas, and I am someone who I was able to skip my senior year because of all of this kind of thing. I was placed in advance. I was 17, but they, So I was supposed to graduate, but unfortunately they're not allowing us to have the speeches anymore. I was supposed to give the speech being the valedictorian.
Well, I'm sure it would have been a lovely speech. So glad to have you here. Hey, let's get right to the game, all right? We had a coin toss before the game, and we have it with contestant number one. You've got control of the board. Pick a category.
Types of cars for 100, please.
Well, where'd you think of that one? Types of cars for 100.
Something I really need is a car, but...
That's true. You could get out of that basement if you had a car, eh?
Right.
All right, just looking for a type of car. This is a type of car. And if we don't have a type of car here, I may just jump over to Google. because I can't think of a type of car.
We got one, it looks like.
Oh, we've got one. Honda Accord. Honda Accord. Oh, yes, contestant number 1.
Oh, I just put my hand up. And it's how my parents treated me when I returned home cordially.
Contestant number 2.
I believe those were peace treaties that were signed in the late feudal era, technically.
Yes, the feudal area in the feudal era. That's correct. The Honda Accords.
Okay, we're gonna go with foods.
Foods. The category is foods.
Yeah, we're gonna go with foods on that.
Yeah, and we will say there is probably a bit of a delay between what we're recording and what you're typing, but we're making this work. So, types of foods.
It appears only to be like a 19-minute delay, so we'll be fine.
Oh, 19 is nothing.
Fortunately, I'm set up more on the Zoom side than I'm set up on the other thing.
That's all right. Hey, we've got strawberries. The word is strawberries.
Strawberries.
Contestant number 2.
It's what I put in my buttercups when I drink them.
What you put in your buttercups when you drink them?
Strawberry in my buttercup to drink.
Contestant number 1.
It's what I call my friend Bear. Straw. I don't know.
Well, given your confidence in your own answer, I'm going to say that you won that round. Contestant number 2. Oh, number 1. Hey, why don't you pick another category from the board?
Thank goodness for my friend Bear.
Go with foreign currencies.
Oh, I guess he's going to do it.
That's okay. I misspoke, and he said something. So, foreign currencies. We're looking for foreign currencies. That's another way of saying money from around the world.
Money's pretty much useless these days.
It's true. I barter using eye contact. That's what we trade in now mostly, is just good soothing eye contact.
Good
yen.
Eye contact.
The question is yen.
Yen.
Contestant number 2.
That's the guy that can cook, right?
Yen. Yen can cook. Contestant number 1.
It's the type of bird that every morning's outside of my window at 5:30 in the morning squawking and waking me up, and it's a yen.
I think contestant number 2 has that one. Yen can cook.
Yen would
I don't know if the yen crows at precisely 5:30 in the morning, but it can't cook.
This yen does.
I'm gonna go with types of cars, and I typed it into the chat, and hopefully that might speed things up.
Oh, look at you! Ooh,
we are returning to the category types of cars. All right.
It didn't speed anything up. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Hey, I applaud your effort. We appreciate that kind of forward thinking here at Question This. We're looking for more types of cars. I could just pull from the first time we asked, but there was only ever one suggestion. Subaru. Subaru is your answer.
And
contestant number 1.
It's what the Flintstones say in Sweden. Subaru!
Contestant number 2.
It's what I am currently doing against the Baru company.
Oh, you're suing them. Good for you.
Suing the Baru company. Well, I think contestant number 1 has that one. It's a Subaru. We are in our final round here. The first person to get back-to-back correct answers wins the game. Contestant number 2, you've got number 1. Sorry.
I put in sporting event for
sporting events
for 1,000, and I'll see if anybody types in a sporting event.
A sporting event. Hey, remember when sporting events were a thing?
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
Anymore. I remember a Rambler.
I think these are still cars. Unless DeSoto is a type of sporting event. It could be. I'd be the last person to know.
But I've been to DeSoto Bend. It's a fishing place. I guess that's a sport.
Fishing is a kind of sport.
There you go.
Maybe the last socially acceptable sport we have, because you can do it 6 feet apart.
Oh, now we got one.
Pole vault.
We've got a
pole vault is your answer. Contestant number 1.
It's I have a friend who's from Germany, and he likes to often jump from country to country, and he often has to vault the poles.
Yeah. Yep. You took a little while to get there, but I saw the destination coming. Contestant number 2.
It's where our current government is hiding all of the election results so they can keep us fat and sallow and sheeple.
That's right. They're keeping all the election results in the poll vault.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I believe that over anything that's actually happened in American politics. You've got the category. Pick one, please. Contestant number 2.
I'm gonna go with SAT words. For 67.
SAT words for $67, I guess.
Sure.
SAT words. Hey, oh, satyr. Your word is satyr. Contestant number 2.
How long my sister stays at an all-you-can-eat buffet until we've sate her.
That's a good answer.
Is that you forfeiting the round, contestant number 1?
I just enjoyed the answer.
Fair. I did too.
Because, the only thing I would have said is if they didn't seat me fast enough, I'd Satner.
Yeah, I think contestant number 2 is won the game. Congratulations, contestant number 2. Yeah. That's been Question This. We'll see you next time. Then, if there is a next time.
I am absolutely loving Bowling Tournament, Esquire, Kerfuffle. All the words that are coming in. This is so awesome to see everybody diving in.
I almost just chose steeplechase as our SAT word.
That's brilliant.
Fantastic.
All right, so our next game is ABCs. So hopefully everyone out there has learned their ABCs, even if they're being homeschooled right now.
If you haven't learned them, now you can blame your parents.
Now you can just blame your parents. So what we're going to need is we're going to need a letter in the alphabet to start with. So while we wait for a letter in the alphabet, then we'll get to talk a little bit about Big Canvas Gives. Tracie, isn't Omaha Gives coming up soon?
Omaha Gives is coming up soon on May 12th. And you can give to us, please. We are not operating in public right now, as many small businesses aren't. And as you may or may not know, Omaha Gives is an annual event held by the Omaha? Anyway, it is an Omaha area event to support small businesses, specifically nonprofits. And it's a great fundraising event. You can go to omahagives.org for more information, and you can search Big Canvas Fair or our handy bit.ly link, bit.ly/bcgives will take you directly to our page. And you can help support us, especially in this very strange time, while we are all working from our homes and trying to entertain you as best we can. But we hope that we can do more of that for you, and keep bringing you great improv classes and workshops and events and things because we need to keep our minds and the bodies active at this time more than ever.
Exactly. Thank you, Tracie. So we've got the letter G. And so what is going to happen in this game is Eric and Tracie are going to do the scene, and one of their sentences will start with the word that starts with the letter G. The next sentence has to start with H and I and J and K. You'll get it when you see it. Now,
Great.
We don't have you here with us right now to kind of ding them when they may miss a letter or go off cue or something. So I'll try to keep up with it, but I've got to remember my alphabet. But you're going to do ABC at an SAT exam center. SAT exam center, ABC, and go.
Gosh, I don't think I'm ready for this. I have been up all week studying, and it feels like it's just all gone out of my head.
Having a bit of a panic attack?
I guess you could say that, yeah. It's, there's so much riding on this,
Just calm down, okay? It's not going to be a thing. The SAT does not test anything important, all right? It's not a really gauge anymore and to be able to get into places. I mean, colleges are just archaic institutions that, and frankly, they would rather see that you have a skill than particularly, the thing,
College is like that. Good old KOLIG college.
Let me just understand, you spell college with a K?
Yeah.
Man, you are having issues today.
Now, doesn't everyone spell it like that? It is the way it is spelled as far as I know. Me being a very smart person here to take the SATs.
Oh, you are a special kind of nervous. Okay. College is spelled with a C. Maybe you're thinking of knowledge. Knowledge is spelled with a K. It goes KNOWLEDGE. And I'm not even that good of a speller, but I've seen it enough. All right. It's an SAT test. It's going to be fine. All right.
Promise me that you'll be there for me when this is all through.
Quickly is the way that you have to do this test, okay? You do all the ones that you know immediately, all right? And then you spend a little more time on the ones that require a lot more thinking. And then finally, if you feel like you're really running out of time, it's a case where you just start picking C.
Right. You make it sound so easy. I feel better already. It's going to be a breeze. I mean,
truly a breeze, yes.
Seems like we might have.
I thought you started with an S. So really,
Tell me which direction we should be going.
You should be moving on
to these SAT tests.
Usually, we would be moving forward.
Very good. Forward is the direction I'm most comfortable with. I'd like to go forward if I can ace these tests. Then my parents said they'll finally release me from home.
West for me is usually the way that I go when I'm going anywhere.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. XTALCLJKY.
Normally I would correct you, but I feel like we're both very high-strung, tired people that have been studying all day. So we're just going to let all of that non-right letter, move on.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I'm going to say just, breathe in, breathe out. You're tired now. I'm sure you were tired when you studied. It's the best thing to do is to always take the test in the same status you were training for. That you were training in. Excuse me, I misspoke.
Breathe, 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 breathe.
Can you do it without saying it?
Don't know. Never tried before. Let me try that now.
Enunciate it. Enunciate it. You just are freaking me out right now, okay?
Freaking you out. I'm freaking me out. I have this test coming up in like 2 minutes now, and I can't even breathe right.
Good. You've established how you are around you. You just need to be able to be okay with it.
Congratulations, you made it all the way through.
We're good at alphabet.
Wow. We had a couple of buzzes there, and we had a couple of people laughing, and well, I was laughing. And
how could you even tell which part they were buzzing? It happened probably 30 seconds after we screwed up, and then would have made another screw up by then.
Oh my goodness, that was fantastic. We were all over the board. We proved that we here in Nebraska know how to spell knowledge.
We could have even cheated. We're here. We could just,
nobody would have known if you would have had the alphabet in front of you. Nobody would have seen it.
Oh, you know what our problem was? I was looking at the QWERTY alphabet on my keyboard. So that was it. We were going in QWERTY order.
That makes perfect sense. And college with a K was brilliant. Absolutely.
I don't know what you mean. That's the right spelling, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is.
I get the starting of college very well. It's the ending of college that I'm pretty sure I threw a D in there. So we are now going to move on to a game called Interrogation. For this, everyone says hi to Doug on an 11-second to 22-second delay.
Doug.
Bye to Doug.
I'm going to step out, and my lovely wife's going to listen in.
Correct.
Bye, Doug.
Bye.
So we're going to be asking for a bunch of these. So I kind of started putting it out in the chat for them to get our suggestions. So what I am going to do is basically the way that this is explained is Doug is a murderer. And what is going to end up happening is he has murdered a celebrity, which of course is far more worse, being that there are betters. So with that being said, I'm looking right now in the chat for a celebrity that we have murdered. Of course, Tracie being smarter than me.
Oh, I'm logged in as Puppet Corner.
Celebrity, just we're looking for somebody like that, not the first person you think of. So we're not killing Donald Trump, we're not killing Kim Kardashian.
Oh
wow, I will take that, Katie.
LeVar Burton from Katie. Thank you, Katie.
So Doug has murdered LeVar Burton, and now what we are needing is something that he has murdered that person with. So
murder weapon, if you will.
Get to not be related to LeVar Burton. I said needing. He has murdered. He has murdered with. And again, we'd like it to not be related to LeVar Burton, if we can. So just give me an unusual murder item. So basically for LeVar Burton, I wouldn't say he killed him with a book or something of that nature. But just an unusual murder weapon that he would have murdered him with. So again, we're on a little bit of a delay with that, but we are trying to figure this out.
Can be things like a wooden spoon, can be pieces of thread.
Since we took, I know Neil suggested it, Katie, but I'll take Lee's suggestion there, that it was a box of paper clips.
Oh, all right. Box of paper clips.
Enough thing. And then we will need a famous location. This is a famous location that he would have put out, that he would have hid the body at. So right now it is LeVar Burton with a box of paper clips, and that he needs a famous location. And I do want to grab I do want to see if we can get some newer stuff here for anybody here. I see Las Vegas, Coney Island. I'm trying to find something a little more specific than that. I like Big Ben. So why don't we say
Big Ben?
Big Ben. So with that in mind, so this is going to be the fun part, because normally this is where the audience comes in.
You can help him with this part, I think.
With that, so you guys actually, for the first time in interrogation, can sit back and chill while he comes in. In fact, if y'all want to keep throwing up stuff, even if you're not on delay, that way we'll throw Doug off the scent in case he still has chat up.
That's a good idea.
So it would be a case of we are trying to get Doug to guess these three things. Number one, who is killed, LeVar Burton. Number two, how he killed them with a box of paper clips. And then number three, where he hid the body and where we found the body, which was Big Ben. So with that being said, on the count of three, we are going to somehow holler at Kim, Doug's wife, to bring Doug back in. So 1, 2, 3, bring him back.
Come back, Doug. All right, we got to. Here he comes.
All right.
I was standing upstairs looking out my window like Marilyn Manson.
Well, you enjoy that view because you're not going to see it again for a long time.
I'm sorry.
All right, you take a good look outside.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm in my basement now, or in the basement now, so there's no windows.
Yeah, I'm sorry we couldn't bring you into the station personally, but we're trying to mind social distance here, so we've got to interrogate you from our homes.
I'm glad you are, because I would hate to contract anything whatsoever.
But you're going to contract justice here, so listen up.
You could be anywhere, all right?
I'm like a magician. I can be anywhere.
Yeah, we're about to read you the book.
Yeah, and you can't escape us, because even if you could fly, we could fly twice as high.
Okay.
And you don't have to take my word for it.
I won't. I would take Seal's
You can consult your local library.
Oh, that's good. I was going to say Seals, but now we're on to a library. Never mind.
I see you're wearing protective eyewear there.
Yes.
You need something to assist you in order to see better?
Yeah, yes, I do. As do you.
I do. That's right.
I have reading glasses, so I killed a librarian.
Mm.
Well, we need to get to the root of this problem.
Okay.
That's right.
The way down deep, huh?
Yeah.
The roots.
The roots.
We're gonna be making a lot of judgment calls here. Information. We're gonna want to forge some justice here from
in a valley.
Look, we've been to our science engineers, all right, and we've made sure that you absolutely did not forge this, all right.
Right. I wouldn't want to forge anything.
No.
It would be bad.
It would be bad.
I have terrible penmanship, so it would be bad for me to forge this.
Yes, as the French would say, it would be mal to la forge.
Yes.
Oui.
Is that how they would say it?
Yes.
Oui.
To la forge.
Geordie LaForge?
Yeah.
Oh, I see where we're going with this. Okay. Well, if you guys really want me to go to a reading rainbow, I will go there. Now I'm with you, LeVar Burton. I did not kill.
You killed LeVar Burton.
I did not.
You're such
a treasure.
Man.
He is a treasure. Why would I kill LeVar Burton?
Oh no, you did it. But it's how you did it. That was weird. I mean, what? Were you start like a document or something?
With a book?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you had enough of them, it could be a book.
Yeah.
You want to bind them better than this, though.
Yeah. Was it some kind of suggestion you wanted to start a Microsoft Word document? And all of a sudden he just talked to you and you had to get all of his friends along with it?
Oh. I killed him with Microsoft Teams?
Oh, God.
Oh no, this goes way back. This is way before Microsoft Teams.
Oh, so we're Zooming it, huh?
When do you think Zoom happened?
I don't know. Just last week, really.
I understand concepts of time have slipped us. You know,
it's Tuesday, right?
Look, we don't even use these in the office anymore. We've gone paperless to protect the environment.
Oh, so I used a dot matrix printer?
I'm trying to put things together here, all right?
A paperclip?
Yeah. A lot of that.
Why would I bind LeVar Burton down with a paperclip?
You might need more than one.
Yeah, more than one.
It would have to be a big one of those butterfly-looking ones.
Oh, no, I think you put a bunch of them together, I think is what you did.
That's true, and wrapped him up in it. That would have, It's like a chain link fence and let him sink down to the bottom.
But you can't, carry all of these together, just...
No, they'd slip out of your hands. You'd need some sort of safe device. Device is probably the wrong word to use there.
We got you in a corner, all right? In fact, we've got you in several corners right now.
That's right. We've got you in 4 corners.
In a room with a view. Or the room where it happens.
No, we don't usually store paper. We don't usually transport paper clips via rooms.
Via room. No one wants a room full of paper clips.
No, it's hard to sell those in room size.
So just like a ton of paper clips.
We're going to blow the lid off of this thing. And you're going to be the one to do it.
Yeah. Look, if you're going to screw around with us anymore, I'd hate to move to fisticuffs,
Pugilism.
Jab. Left to right.
I'm O'Leary.
So like a boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
Or a wrestling ring.
Yeah, except if it was...
in a specific place?
We're not even talking about a place here. We're still talking about how you obtained these paper clips.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Staples?
You very well could have. They have those.
There, but we're talking about the thing, not the place, man. What's going on with you?
The paper clip?
If you were to buy a bunch of paper clips from Staples, how would they sell them to you?
In a box.
Yeah!
Oh, I got you now. I was moving on to the next thing, but I'm with you now. I got it. Yeah, that would make more sense rather than just have one and then not have the box.
Sure would.
That would be weird.
I'm glad you agree that your murder weapon made sense.
Yeah. Burton's made of stronger stuff. You can't take him down.
He is.
Paper
He is.
All right.
Now, where you hid him, you must have gone to some great heights in order to make this happen.
And
Staples?
You must have done this a while ago. You must have done this a while ago.
This is beyond Staples.
This is beyond Staples.
So I went someplace that's not my house.
Oh, it's very much not your house.
So I did this weeks ago. In fact, months ago.
It could have been. It would have been easier to get there at that time.
Yeah.
It definitely could have been.
Is it in like the lower 48?
No.
No? Okay, good. That narrows it.
Lower 40.
Detective Green, do you have the time? My watch seems to have stopped.
I can look at my freckles, and I used to have that innate ability. But
I prefer to have my time read to me in Greenwich Mean.
Oh, okay. I prefer it in Pittsburgh, except he left now, so that's kind of sad.
Is it Switzerland?
Yodelay, he no. That is not what we're thinking.
Okay.
No, this is you need to think big here, all right?
Big Europe.
You're actually closer. Yeah.
Am I closer?
Getting
the northern hemisphere.
I feel like you're going farther away now.
farther away and included America again in that. We said.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it's not the northern 48. Let's see.
Tick tock, Mr. Rothgeb. We're running out of time.
Are we talking Big Ben?
Yes, we are.
So
excellent. So you guys are telling me,
in
this crazy world, that I killed LeVar Burton with a box of paper clips and buried his body under Big Ben?
Hey, we've got our confession right there, and it's been broadcast live on YouTube.
I was asking so I could find the guy that you're looking for.
That's not your job, sir.
Okay, I apologize. Wow, those were tough. Nice job, guys. Soft claps. I didn't even look at the YouTube thing.
Cool, because we kind of with a bunch of stuff.
Very honest of you, too.
Wow, that was good. That was good. Nice. That only took a good 25 minutes. So, it's new record time.
That's right. One of the best we've ever done.
LeVar Burton will someday watch this and go, what is going on? Why are you just going to go read a book?
Why did these Nebraskans want to kill me?
With paper clips. All right, we'll jump to our next game. So our next game, what we need is a subject that these two lovely people can be experts on. We are playing a game called Panel of Experts. So the first thing that I see that pops up that they could be experts on. Existential philosophy.
I see guitar strings, I see sunglasses, and existential philosophy.
This is amazing. Creamed corn.
Creamed corn.
Well, let's go with. I'm just curious to see just how this world will go in existential philosophy. So let's introduce our lovely contestants and our experts, and have them first introduce themselves and tell us where you're from. Expert number one.
Go ahead, Tracie.
Hello. I'm the pound sign. I'm a concept, not a person. And I exist everywhere and nowhere all at once. And I'd love to answer any questions you might have.
Excellent. So are you hashtag or are you pound?
I prefer to be called pound sign.
Excellent. If I was near you or we could social, I'd say pound it, but.
Oh, we can pound it.
Oh, pound it.
Say that we're not connecting over the virtual super information highway.
Excellent. Well, good to meet you, Pound. And now we'll turn to participant number two, expert number two. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Hello, my name is. You're pronouncing it wrong. It's.
Do we have that right?
Close enough.
Close enough. All right. Excellent. And where are you from?
I am from that little feeling that you have just before deja vu.
Oh, never been there before.
You will.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Well, what we're going to do is have to ask you some questions. So I will start off for Pound, and I will ask you first. Existential philosophy. What is it really? Pound?
Existential philosophy is what you think you know about our place in this world. And what you think you know is in itself such a limited concept because you are but a small speck of it in a vast, vast consciousness. Your own thoughts matter almost nothing. But thanks for the input.
Excellent. And how about you?
I've forgotten the question.
The existentialist philosophy. What is it really?
Oh, existential philosophy is exactly what you think it is.
I kind of get a feeling you really didn't answer the question.
You need to understand nothing to think the way that you do.
All right. I'm going to go out to our audience here and see what kind of questions we got, because we do have questions rolling in already.
Wonderful.
How did you get interested in existential philosophy?
Well, I found myself falling to the ground multiple times in a day. And I thought, well, now's not the time to be outside anymore. And pain is nothing if it is not repeated.
Excellent. And how about you, Pound?
Seemed cool.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to go to our next one. Tom Cruise. What can you tell us about him, Pound?
Oh boy. Oh, that's a big one. Tom Cruise, he's something else. He's a conundrum all to himself, for he is a phenomenal actor, a very fast runner, and also just straight up bonkers. If you knew him in his personal life, you'd wonder, why have we let this person into our homes, in our hearts, via his films? But then also, like, I can't wait for the next 2 Mission Impossible films. They're doing them back to back.
There's 2 more.
Heck yes, there are.
Goody. And how about you?
You must ask yourself when it comes to Tom Cruise, why Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise and not a man named Jeffrey Stillborn.
That's very, very good question. We may see what kind of answers we get. Next question that we've got: Popeye's chicken sandwich, pickle or no pickle? How about you,
Pickle, every time pickle. You cannot have it without a pickle.
Excellent. And Pound?
The chicken's really good, but I stopped going to Popeyes. The spices they put in their potatoes are too much for my sensitive palate.
That is understandable. That is, yes, I agree.
Also, what even is a Popeyes? It is just a concept.
Just a
concept. One in a large string of chicken restaurants that we have placed here in order to occupy our time and our mouths.
And they no longer have jambalaya, which I'm really disappointed.
Oh, that's a bummer.
They replaced it with that dang sandwich. My dog looks like me. Am I nuts or am I not? Pound, how about you?
You are not nuts. Your dog is trying to assimilate your form. We are all part of the great consciousness, and our atoms intertwined. So in a way, we're all you, and you are us, but your dog especially.
And I got the question wrong because I looked at it wrong. It says, my dog looks like me. Am I nuts?
No, you had it right the first time.
Excellent. How about you? The 2 questions.
Can you repeat the incorrect question first?
The incorrect question was, my dog looks at me like I'm nuts. Am I?
You are you. Why would you be anything else than you?
And then the other one was, my dog looks at me, looks like me. Am I nuts?
Looks like me, yes.
Looks at you, looks like you. It does not matter, for you are you, and you are all. Your dog is you.
Actually, we're both on very similar pages.
It sounds like it. You guys are on the same plane. It's almost.
But of course we are. I mean, we are all one in the great consciousness.
Yeah, I am he, as you are me, as you are we, and we are all together.
Good job.
All right. So one last question that's coming in. Do you think the end or the means are more important? How about you?
It depends on what your end is.
What do you mean?
is total want and greater good, then your means will always be justified.
In the end?
In the end, it doesn't really matter. You try so hard.
So it really doesn't mean anything?
No.
In the end?
Nothing, my friend.
Excellent. And how about you, Pound?
The means is everything, for there is no end. Everything is ever expanding, ever growing. So therein, the means everything because it is the way you get to that place. You, as an individual in the great cosmic collection, if you did it in a bad way, you are a real butt, and you should feel bad about yourself.
Excellent. Well, how about we end with one final thought or piece of nugget of wisdom from our experts? Pound, what kind of wisdom or what can you impart on our listeners?
I find that a great way to pass this time of existential dread that we face now is baking shows on television. They're so soothing, and the treats they make, oh, they look delectable. And even when they do a bad job, no one's feelings are really hurt all that bad.
Are you baking at the same time?
Specifically watching Nailed It or the Great British Baking Show.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. And how about you, Horror? Any last words of wisdom?
Pizza is a lot like life. When it is good, you are eating pizza. And when it is bad, you have cheese on your face.
Excellent. Give them, well, I can't hear them, but give them a big round of applause, everybody.
Applaud for us. Applaud for us in your homes.
Yes.
For all.
We feel your energy.
Yes.
That was phenomenal.
It was hard for me to not break my gaze and then also want to know what is happening on Eric's screen.
Right. Ben said that floating head is cool. It kind of freaking me out, though.
Freaking me out, too.
Welcome.
All right, Tracie.
Hey, this game is called New Choice. Eric and Doug are going to do a scene together. And in any time during this scene, I'm going to shout out New Choice. So what I need is a relationship and location. I'm typing this into the chat now. Should have typed it sooner. But so they're going to just improvise a scene together, the two of them. And then if I shout New Choice, they're going to have to, whatever the last thing said by either of them, they're going to have to come up with a new version of that. So, for example, Doug is going to the store, and Doug might say,
I need to pick up some milk.
New choice.
I need to pick up some bread.
New choice.
I need to pick up some Pepto-Bismol because it relieves my stomach pain.
And then he would have to proceed with the scene from that point as Pepto-Bismol for his stomach pain. And the scene would progress until I again shout, New choice. So the first suggestion that we have here, I see, is brothers. You are two brothers at an ice cream shop.
Excellent.
So this is New Choice. Begin.
I bought you a dip cone.
Oh, man, that is awesome. Here, hand me that real quick. You get your spoons?
Well, for a dipped cone, you really don't need a spoon. Unless you really want me to get you a spoon, I can get you a spoon.
I want to get a spoon. I don't want to have that dip cone all on my face. It's some with the hard shell. It's just weird.
All right. Here's one of those cool red plastic spoons.
All right. Thanks, man.
You know, I brought you here to kind of talk about mom and dad and what they're going through right now.
New choice.
I brought you here to talk about cousin Larry and Phil and what they've been through before.
Okay, cousin Larry, Bill, what they've been through before. I know about the divorces.
Well, the divorce is really kind of minor compared to the thing that they're going through now. And they wanted me to give you some advanced warning about what's coming.
What are they doing? What are they going through now?
Well, they're remodeling the house.
New choice.
They're remodeling the kitchen.
New choice.
They're marrying 2 ducks.
Oh,
We're going to have cousins that are quackers.
okay. Look, I'm not a duck, but that feels derogatory from the get-go. Why can't you just call them waterfowl?
I, we could be PC if we wanted to, but really,
Calling them quackers, that just seems angry.
well, they moved into the front of the house in the flowers, and they just decided, let's just move them into the house. So
Okay.
they've got waterfowl living in their basement.
That's the only question I'm going to ask. Are they hot?
As hot as ducks can be.
Yeah, okay.
Choice.
As hot as geese can look like.
New choice.
Well, it all depends on your feeling towards a duck.
Right. Okay. I mean, and again, I can share love without it, getting weird, but it's like,
Well, I didn't say this was weird. I just said that it was something you had to prepare for.
I mean, I will admit it is a unique experience. Our family has not had one of these things before, but I think it's no worse than, a guy. I saw this TV thing where a guy was, falling in love with his car.
New choice.
I mean, I saw this TV thing where a lady fell in love with a Ferris wheel.
New choice.
I mean, there was this one thing with this lady that had to eat glass from light bulbs to sustain herself.
New choice.
I mean, there was this thing where this guy and this girl decided that they were going to entirely subsist on diapers. So it's not a weird thing,
Did you say exist on diapers or subsist?
Assist. They ate diapers.
That's what I thought you said. Well, diapers, that stuff on the inside is mighty delicious.
Mm-hmm. If you get them and not used, they are fantastic.
Right. If you can put out a plane fire with the stuff inside the diapers, then you can certainly sustain yourself with it.
It stinks that they have to use all the plastic to make the diapers. Otherwise, it'd be great. That's why I prefer cloth diapers. But frankly, it's not really going to be a thing that's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, because that's a lot of washing involved.
Yeah, and everybody's in the pocket of big plastic. That's all.
Right.
We shouldn't be even using these spoons.
But
new choice.
I mean, we shouldn't even be, opening up 6-packs with the plastic containers.
New choice.
I mean, we should have milk straight from the cow.
That's a good, it's the freshest milk you can get.
Exactly. It's like cream and milk together.
And then you just put the milk or put the cow in the freezer and you'd have ice cream. Just like you're eating right now.
Well, I mean, what you'd have to do is, put the cow in the freezer, and then as you are, you'd have to have a cup of like rock salt, and then you'd have to just shake the udder as you're putting it in. But I mean, it's simple. And
new choice.
You have to sing it Barry White as you're squeezing the teat.
New choice.
I mean, you have to ride it first before you drink from it.
That's what I always do. Anytime I want chocolate milk, Betsy and I we go out for a ride.
And that's why you two will never be separated.
Right. That's why I'm going back and telling you, they're never going to leave these ducks. And we may never leave this Dairy Queen.
Well, I mean, what can you really say? All right. I mean, just, it's not like you can walk up to them and go, you just haven't found the right cow yet.
Right.
They're like these ducks, man.
Yeah. They're in love with 2 mallards. And then it's good that they're taking them in.
Exactly.
Because, mallards need a good roof over their heads too.
Exactly. And we may be of the bovine persuasion, but mallards are fine people to be around as well.
Right. Right. You're taking this better than I thought you would. I figured you'd be upset just for the simple fact of what happened to Uncle Phyllis.
Okay, we quit. Uncle Phyllis got what he deserved. All right.
New choice.
Uncle Phyllis. Uncle Phyllis was somebody who I don't want in my life anymore.
New choice.
Uncle Phyllis was a Confederate soldier.
And we don't want him in our life anymore.
Our life. That happened to Uncle Phyllis.
That does my heart proud. That I didn't figure I figured I'd have to take you to the arcade after this.
And a duck, mallard, geese, none of that had anything to do with Uncle Phyllis.
No, not at all.
All right, I'm riled up now. I think I want another dang dip cone.
I will get you another dip cone.
Made me think of Uncle Phyllis.
And scene. Get another dip cone.
By the way, all those weird things I brought up are real things.
I figured. You've got quite the extensive knowledge of upsetting situations.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry I made you marry a cow, Doug.
That's all right. I am lactose intolerant. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're getting close to that hour that we've been on. We started a little bit later. Once again, thank you guys so much for being on here. I'm actually going to reach out for suggestions real quick.
Yes.
If you don't mind spieling away, talking about what are some plans?
We're going to get some suggestions for our last game here. Eric's going to post that in the chat. In the meantime, we've got some other things brewing here. Big Canvas Online, whatever you want to call our internet presence. Every Monday, we're going to be having an improv learning jam with some just good lessons, refreshers on different kind of improv, theories and techniques, and then do a little bit of a online Zoom jam. You can find the link for that on Facebook. It'll be on our website come Monday, I believe. We'll be updating it there. Anything you want to add to that, Doug?
And coming up on May 7th and May 10th, the times are up. There's a Facebook event Lindsay Thies, another Big Canvas co-founder who's out in Denver, Colorado. She's going to do a small workshop for two people called Fighting Fun, if I remember right, and Fighting Funny. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's limited to 6. So on Monday, we will have the link to sign up for those classes, and it's going to be free to students. That way we can get some people out there to learn what is going on with Big Canvas. Be watching Big Canvas's Facebook page for all these different things happening. And hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, we'll start to bring our shows onto this. We're just being the guinea pigs and testing this out and seeing how everything works. And hopefully you'll love it. And hopefully you'll see more Big Canvas people performing in the coming weeks.
Yeah, you can like us, Big Canvas, on our Facebook page. I believe if you search Big Canvas NE on Facebook is how you can find us. NE being the initials for Nebraska. You can also go to our website, bigcanvascomedy.org.
I think all.
We're comedy.
Are we all of them? Oh, great.
We own them all. And some big things are happening at the theater. And in the next couple of days, we'll be announcing those big things that are happening while we've been shut down. We've been doing different things to the theater, to the office space, and the training center. So be watching for those. And as soon as we get to open back up, it's just going to look different.
Yeah, we'd like to make a big splash once we're finally free of this wretched disease.
And also, before I start the next one, if you loved this and you enjoyed this, there is another group that is doing a live stream.
Yes.
The Weisenheimers.
Yeah.
are doing a live stream tomorrow. And again, part of the mission of Big Canvas, not only do we want you to enjoy Big Canvas, we want you to enjoy comedy all around the area. And the Weisenheimers have been a very big influence. I would say probably on all three of us.
Oh yeah.
As far as that goes, we definitely want to make sure that you guys are in tune with that, and if you want to see them, they'll have a slightly better setup. Maybe not as much of a delay on it, but definitely we want you guys to be interested in that because we want comedy happening as long as this is going. So with that being said, we are now going to move on to a game called World's Worst. The way that we're going to do this game is I basically, while the entire time we were spieling, have been grabbing things from folks of the world's worst examples of certain things. We're going to kind of go rapid fire. So even if we start this game and you haven't given a suggestion, go ahead and give it to us. We may use it near the end of the game. And so with that being said, we're going to now start off with the world's worst garbage truck driver. Or garbage man.
I'm just going to wheel these trash cans back to your door and put them away for you if you don't mind. You mind if I wash out your trash cans? They're looking a little dirty.
Yeah, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. I'm sitting on top of the trash can. It doesn't seem to be moving anywhere. I don't know. I don't see a steering wheel on it or anything. I don't know how they expect me to drive this, but I'll try it.
I mean, yeah, I guess the pay's not that much, but you know what? I get to keep 15% of what I take to eat. Okay, I'll pop on a new one. Let's go ahead and go with poll worker.
Poll worker?
Poll worker. He spelled it Poll, but it's poll worker.
Oh. So, you here to vote?
Seems pretty good, Doug.
Thanks.
Welcome. Thank you for coming to your polling station here. I've taken the liberty of filling out all of the correct answers. Go ahead, turn that in. Thanks. Vote blue.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I think you came to the wrong polling place. This is a McDonald's.
I mean, I guess voting's nice. They don't let me do it anymore because I'm a felon. All right, and on that segue, world's worst. You know what? I'll change it. I'll do world's worst zookeeper.
So, kids, if you'd like to climb into the lion's cage, you can pet him up close and personal.
You see, well, this one over here is an interesting specimen. It's like a big cat or something. That one looks like a really funny horse with a long neck. Look at that guy over there is like some kind of, he looks like if my grandpa was on all fours and his nose was just dragging on the ground. And that's just a bunch of birds. We all seen them before. You know, that one thinks he's so special. I don't know what his deal is. Like, look, oh, my big tail is so big. Like, I could do it too.
All right. Well, if you look that way, there is the lizard exhibit. And if you look that way, that would be where the cats are. Sorry, I only have one arm anymore.
So I'd like to welcome everyone to my farm. That's a cow. That's a duck. That's the farm.
All right, moving on to you got one? Go ahead.
It's only for me.
Okay.
Greetings, Superman. I'm Brainiac, and I have shrunk down all these zoos into tiny bottles. I've kept them for myself. I'm a zookeeper.
Nice.
Thought we were going to get through a show without a comic book reference, and we
No, never.
No!
We're going to move on. The world's worst person to be in quarantine with.
That's all I got. My wife hates me right now.
It's just allergies. I swear, it's so hot in here, though.
How does this thing work? Can you hear me?
So I'm just going to need a little me time right now. I just, just if you hear some strange noises in the other room, don't be alarmed. It's just us.
Okay, tonight we're going to read War and Peace.
Okay. From our next suggestion, and I think all three of us can do this. World's worst improv teacher.
Oh, you wanted us to say something.
Oh, yeah, no, that was it.
Okay. I guess we should do something.
Probably should do one thing, yeah.
Look, nothing is funnier than arguments, constant arguments that go nowhere. If you ever are unsure how to start a scene, just start arguing with the other person. Whatever they said, it's bad and wrong. And just keep doing that for an hour.
Really, the foundation that I have learned of improv is hell no. Just anytime anybody walks into a scene with you, you say, hell no. Really, the scene will go everywhere.
Right. Now, I know you've been told this is a collaborative art, but frankly, everyone's an idiot. You do you yell, and you do as much as you can. Remember, volume equals funny.
Look, I'm going to give it to you straight. Improv isn't real comedy. Have you tried stand-up?
Oh, God.
So I wanted to pull you aside to really let you know that you're doing great. And I think you're going to make millions doing improv. I think you need to go after it and just do it.
All right, we're now going, I'll make this our final one. World's worst mother.
Think of one. I love my mommy.
No, me too.
Come here, Eric.
All right, look, I never bothered to remember any of your names. Hasn't come up yet. Not important. I don't really care to dress you. If you just dress yourselves, expect you just help each other out, and leave me alone as much as possible. Go wing it.
I gotta get out.
Is this safe for? Oh no.
Thomas, you gotta hear out. You need to not cross that street. Quit messing with that mallard, Thomas.
I really couldn't tell when the shirt came off and the shirt went on. He's gone.
Was it ever there? I'm starting to question this whole reality.
This is an existential question we need to answer.
Was the shirt there, or did we imagine it? Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I think we're hitting 4:30, and I went shirtless. I think that's the end of the game.
I think we've reached the bottom of the YouTube barrel.
When Eric loses his shirt, then it's time for all of us to log off.
Comedy for everyone, everybody.
Everyone.
Well, we hope you enjoyed. There were quite a few people that jumped on. Hopefully, you can watch this over and over and over again. Tell your friends, family. Tell your
them around your screen.
Cousins, relatives.
Hi, Mom. I know you're in the chat, by the way.
Hi, Rhea. Thank you all for, and Terry, thank you guys for just playing along with us and just having fun with us. Hopefully we'll get to do this again very soon. Be watching our Facebook, our YouTube, our Twitter, our Instagram, wherever Tracie throws information out to.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Good night.